Hello, hello. I have a question for you. Can you guess what my biggest priority is as a businesswoman? Well, I'll tell you. I don't know what you came up with, but I'll tell you. My biggest priority these days as a businesswoman is pleasing myself. I'll explain what I mean by that. So today is Monday. I had the full day free. I had no calls, and it's almost 6 o'clock now. And morning, I got up. I meditated. I sat with my thoughts and journaled. Then I went to gym, and then I worked out, and I went to our Zumba class, and then I just came back and like chilled out and had breakfast, had tea, and then I got a massage. Then I slept for some time, and then I was like, what do I want to do? So I came to the coffee shop thinking I'll do some writing, but what I ended up doing was just kind of writing down all of my thoughts about how I am in awe with this life that I'm living right now. And there was a point when I thought that my brain would have told me that this is actually non-productive thing that I'm doing, that I should be, keeping all this aside. This is fine, but then I need to get some work done. So I should just be writing, and I should be, like doing some businessy things to get this done. And I have realized over a period of time that that's such a false thought process that always kept me not enjoying my experience of doing this business. So what I've realized is the momentum that I actually create when I am in the awe of life and just focused on pleasing myself, which means focused on doing things that I love doing, focused on thinking thoughts that create the momentum of good feeling, all of that. That's when my best ideas are coming. That's when the genius is coming out, right? And it's very, it's of course something that people don't believe in, because we've been conditioned to believe that until we really struggle and do hard work, we cannot, pay the bills, or we cannot do that. But I've really realized that in my experience, it has come that the more I allow myself to focus on feeling good and getting in that state, the more easily every outcome that I'm trying to create happens. And that's why now, even though I know this from a long time, it didn't mean that I could do this very easily and quickly. It still is an effort, and my brain still tells me that no, Kavita, you have a long list of things you have to do, and you should be focusing on that. But it's the subtle work that I choose to do of letting go of that thought, which tells me to deprioritize my momentary happiness, and I shifted back to, this is what I'm going to do. And that's what I keep proving it right. I created so much momentum, I have so many ideas, and I have this energy. If you've seen anybody who's really good at their work, what makes them good? Like, think about it. And whether it's in corporate, whether they're an entrepreneur, whether they're a speaker, whether they're a dancer, anything that they're doing, they become really good at it when they're connected to like source of energy that allows them to just like flow with it, right? And that cannot happen if you are not enjoying what you're doing. So the best energy, the best work comes out when you are genuinely in the flow, when you're genuinely enjoying yourself. And that makes the whole approach, that the way I used to approach it earlier, completely redundant, right? So the question I want you to reflect on is, what percentage of day do you focus on pleasing yourself versus the responsibilities that you have to take care of? Like, what percentage? Is it 10%? Is it 20%? And I can tell you that whatever that percentage is, only that is the percentage overall, that is your satisfaction level from life. Like, think about it. Like, for me now, it feels like an 80-20. And 80% is the time that I'm focused on pleasing myself and doing things. 20% of the time I'm still kind of doing whatever I think is needed to be done, but not from that energy of, oh my God, this is for me, right? And here's the difference I want to talk about, right? When I started my business, I was under so many compulsions of, oh my God, I have to, like learn the skill and do this and this. I had a perception of what way I had to approach this business to do it, right? And even though my deepest desire was something else, I put those rules on myself that weren't frankly creating any results but creating more suffering for me, right? And the work is really being to challenge that and get in touch with what my deepest desire is. I realized I didn't even frankly care about making money. All I cared about is this feeling of making money, doing my business, helping people in a way that feels good to me. And the moment, it wasn't on a moment, it was a continual process, but this reflection, this realization is what then helped me focus straight to it right away. Now I'm not saying you're you have the same desires, but maybe you do. I feel like every individual wants anything that they want because they think that when they achieve that outcome they'll feel good. And if that's the case, why not focus on feeling good right away, when not only does that feel good right now, but it also gives you leverage that makes your performance way higher, especially in the matters that your performance matters the most to you, not to your spouse, your children, blah 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 blah, right? I don't know if any of this is making sense to you. In my mind it is making sense. But if this intrigues you, then feel free to reach out for any conversation. I love helping you, but only if it feels good to me. And over a period of time I've realized that when I focused on my own joy and pleasure, only those conversations actually come to me that I feel really energized by. So this is an invitation to you. If you feel like having a conversation on this topic, reach out. Okay, bye.